as I said before, this is the Romans say that nothing is new under the sun, and the same problems we are facing have been faced before, right? And some people, you know, as you said, because it's so taxing, it's so difficult. Some people have resorted to drugs to sort of calm that anxiety, that yearning, right? That yearning for more. So to calm them down, they have to take Prozac, they have to take alcohol. So there are other drugs that we do take as human beings when we have stopped inquiring into these, questions. We take, for example, an addiction to football, sports. We can be addicted to pornography. We can be addicted to work. But these are cheap substitutes for what we really, really want,
Subhanallah.
right? And I think there's something that Sheikh Abu Qadr Sufi wrote, which indicates, which points to what we can get, right? So I would like to read it for you. Maybe it will be of benefit.
Bismillah.
Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Sheikh Abu Qadr Sufi says the science of knowledge, which is grounded not on thoughts but on vision, has always been available to the human race through the transmitted teachings of the messengers. This science we discover from the beginning of man's recorded history. The one science that has come down to us, the transmitted science of direct inner perception, devoid of sensory veiling, is to be found in the original teachings of the Tao. It is to be found in the uniquely encoded messages of the Chan masters, extracting the teachings in their purity from a source over 2,000 years before them. It is in the whole record of the Gnostics of Islam, from the companions who lived 1400 years ago, the people of the Sufa, to the great Sufi teachers, Imam al-Junaid, Mawlay Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, Naqshbandi, Shadili, and Darqawi. From the beginning, alongside this teaching, can be traced a record of its suppression, sometimes by political tyrants who believe in nothing, and often from people who wish to keep this knowledge dead so that they could rule by concepts and ritual and what we now call, quote unquote, religion. But this teaching is not religion, it is pre religious. It is the way of the Hanif, the ancient way of Ibrahim. It precedes structured religious system. It is pre-priesthood, pre-scholarship, and when it emerges, it can be seen for what it is: a brute wisdom, a naked enlightenment, the shock encounter with how it is. It, its outer framework is free acceptance of moral prerogatives, the agreement in contract with existence to live within a moral boundary as the body itself is bounded. It accepts outer form, for the form itself is the secret of the real. Quote, wherever you turn, there is the face of Allah. End quote. So I think that passage from Sheikh Abu Qadir, it's a it's an indication, right? And I think it goes as the title of the book is called. It's an indication from science. He's pointing to something else, and he's not saying
He's
um
not rationalizing it for
he'll
you,
give it.
right? Do you mean like something which these
Yes,
philosophers do? They ask you these questions to push you somewhere, to then they already know the conclusion, but the conclusion which he's indicating to us is this self-discovery, which only you can taste this. What he experienced is something else from what we gonna experience it, right? Would you agree to that? Something like that.
exactly. I agree to that. He's not telling you, you know, you have to take the journey. You have to take the journey, and it's what he's doing. I think in this passage, he's doing the la ilaha, right? He's doing the la ilaha. He's saying to you that, you know, you have to do the rest. You know, it's not here. And then, but the vision that he talks about, I mean, I can't show you what I see, right? Even if I'm a great painter, I'm limited, right? I can't show you what I see at any moment in my life. So it's an experience I have, right? Just like you can show me what you see. You can sort of describe it to me. You know, you can describe, Singapore is a great city, and then you can start using language like it's like such and such and such. It is similar to such and such and such. But I
Not
have
such
to
and
go and
such.
see it for me. Yeah, I have to see it. I have to see it myself. So Sheikh Abdul Qadir is saying this knowledge is there, right? It exists. There's a history of it being written down, you know, from the Taoist masters, and then through the Sufis, it's been written down.
Through the
So it
Sahabas, yeah.
exists. That
Yeah.
just proves proves that it exists. But you have to take it on. You have to go and look for it. And the most interesting thing about a murid, the word murid, a murid is someone who is who's in the path, you know, for this knowledge. It comes from the word irada, which means will. So the murid is someone who wills to know this. You know, you have to want to know it, but you have to take the steps. No one can do it for you. I think that's a message that we have to echo to everyone that we meet. We have to say, you know, all these addictions are just a poor substitute. I know you want more. You know, I know you want more. This is just, it's not the answer. This is just a poor substitute. You know,
Yeah.
let's take each other as brothers, and let's try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I think that's what we can.
Yeah, and then that's what is so interesting about it is that when we look into the world, when we look to our friends, families, and people who we are close, who's dear to us, we realize that some of them are also searching, and in their pursuit for self discovery, they face their own demons, they face their own difficulty, and this internal struggle which they are going through, you know, and what is
Yes.
striking for me and what I've come to love about people is the people who choose courage, who is courageous enough to face
Hmm.
themselves in the mirror and face what is internally contradictory in themselves to find the answer which will quench their thirst. And I think this is something that we all should have, you know, this courage within ourselves to want this knowledge, you know. And sometimes these people seems to go against it, you know, like I for me, for example, I give you an example. Like one of the journeys I took, one of the things that I
Hmm.
experienced was, I think you did share this with me also one time, where we look at the people who appear to be, for example, we call this them the Salafis or the Wahhabis, right? They will say things
Hmm.
to about this certain group of people. This certain group of people, if they did not look at it um, in the right frame of mind, they will just need to see that they need to defend themselves. But what if
Yes.
what
Hmm.
if these guys were right? You know, like, what if they were right?
Yes.
Right, what
Yes.
if they're right? You know, what you gonna do about it, you know? And that is, and you cannot just deny people's statements because of your internal biasness. You have to fight it. You have to look, weigh whatever they say on one hand, give it equal strength, give it equal credibility
Hmm.
as what you believe, and you put whatever you believe on this another side, and then you
Yes.
compare it. And for me, and then you battle it out. You challenge yourself, and that is true struggle. There is true struggle within yourself. And I think like, and this is a reality that every human being face without religion names, without you are saying you're a Muslim or a Christian or whatever you are. A human being is this person with this consciousness, and he should be able to find his meaning like that. And if he is sincere in his searching for it, if he is sincere in his pursuit for this true meaning of what it means to be a human being, then life will open doors that he never knew he never knew existed. But the only condition was that he has to be true to his will.